So that's a chart for Nifty itself. Now, if you look at Nifty, the correction has started for the last 5 to 8 sessions. We've seen over the previous elections also the VIX spike up. This time the spike happened a little later, but we are back to 2021 VIX. We saw a correction for 5 to 8 sessions back in 2019 as well. And then it was 10 days before the results. Out here, we are also seeing a similar correction. Now, where should this correction stop? So there are two price points. One is the 21,700 to 21,800 band, which is where it has taken support for the last 3-4 months. And the worst case is 21,100. So ideally, I would expect a bounce from 21,700 area. And then we go into a slow recovery and finally a bump up post elections. So the bias is positive out here closer to 21,700 is the ideal support, and worst case if it goes is 21,100. So in this dip, one should be looking to buy. Overall, the view is post elections, we could see a much better move in the index as well as in the mid cap, small caps.
Okay, that's the Chartbuster from Nooresh, which is the Nifty itself. Kunal, what about you?
So I've picked up Metropolis, and that's a chart which apparently over the last 1 or 2 months has been showing signs of a very strong recovery. So the stock formed a near-term base around the 1500 odd mark, 1400, 1500 odd levels. This was seen in the month of August 2023. Then slowly and steadily the stock has moved up higher. This is the recent base for the stock around the 1450 levels and 1520, 1525 apparently. So if you look at this chart, over that kind of a time span, it's been making a pattern of higher highs and higher lows and moving into a classical uptrend for itself. Now closer to 1650, 1700 odd levels, the stock seems to be having a very strong support zone. And if we go by with the trend over the last many months for Metropolis, then I think closer to this support point, it could be a very good entry point for the stock over the near to medium term. Even if you look at a scale back towards the previous resistance, we could be looking at a stock hitting a multi-month high closer to 1950 levels for Metropolis over the very near term.
Right, Kunal, what about your stock strategies?
So I'll go with two buy calls. Cipla, even after this gap up of 4.5-5% approximately, looks attractive at the 1400 plus levels. So I would suggest a buy with 1450 as a target. Stop loss at 1375. And TCS apparently has been holding on to that 3900 mark. So I would suggest a buy with a target of 4000. Stop loss at 3850.
Nooresh, what about your stock specific recommendations?
So first is a buy on HDFC Life, which has corrected quite a lot and shown reversal in the last 2 sessions. Stop loss at 550, target price of 600. Second is a defensive buy on Sun Pharma, which has been holding on to the 1480, 1500 mark. Could see a breakout move going forward. Stop loss at 1490, target price of 1600.